This is the Global Economic Commodities Scrap Metal and Recycling Report by our Bentley roll-off trailer and gondola trailer, April 5th, 2021. U.S. weekly crude steel production rose to 1.76 million tons, rising slowly as the steel shortage continues, bringing record high prices each week. WTI crude oil price fell to $61.45 a barrel as OPEC Plus reached a deal to increase production. Prices remain under pressure with the slow global vaccine rollout. U.S. weekly crude oil production rose to 11.1 million barrels a day, the highest in months, on a slow growth in demand. Scrap steel number one HMS export buying price Philly was steady at $330 a gross ton, on downward price pressure with good demand but heavy supply. Scrap steel number one HMS was steady at $411.67 a gross ton, with downward price pressure for April on the same heavy supply. Hot rolled coil steel rose to $66.73 per hundredweight, another record high as shortages continue due to limited supply. Copper price fell to $4.01 a pound, a 6-week low on the strong U.S. dollar, but demand forecasts remain strong. Aluminum price fell to $1.01 a pound off the recent 2-year high on a strong dollar and good demand. China's Caixin Manufacturing Index fell to 50.6, meaning the rate of growth slowed, but there was the highest positive sentiment in 7 years. The US dollar index versus other global currencies. Note, when the index goes up, commodities priced in dollars goes down. The index rose to near a 5-month high, betting on a strong U.S. economy. It could go higher as the U.S. is better positioned for growth versus other countries. U.S. March new vehicle sales rose to 17.7 million annualized, the highest in years, on huge stimulus spending and despite higher prices. The shortage of vehicles will limit next quarter's sales. U.S. March jobs report, which is new jobs created. They rose to 916,000, the most in 7 months on the fast vaccine rollout, with the largest gains in leisure and hospitality as well as education. The U.S. March unemployment rate fell to 6%. While a great trend, it is probably higher. The number of unemployed fell by 262,000 and the number of employed rose by 609,000, which is great news. U.S. March total employment rose to 144.1 million, the June 2016 level of about 5 years ago, which is a great upside. We are still down about 8.4 million jobs from the February 2020 peak. The U.S. March IHS Manufacturing Index was revised higher to 59.1, the second highest growth on record, with the steepest new orders since June 2014, but the longest lead times on record. Inflation pressures intensified, and the expectations were the second highest in 6 years. Wall Street's Dow Jones Industrial Average rose 80 points to 33,153, with Monday's futures at a record. Investors are betting on a strong recovery and the new bill proposed by the president for $2.2 trillion of spending, including $621 billion for transportation, $580 billion for manufacturing, and $400 billion for the elderly and disabled. As always, feel free to call or email me with any questions, and we hope all have a safe and profitable week.